Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to the Manchester United versus Watford live preview. Obviously I'm going live a bit earlier than usual, but yeah, I just thought may as well do a preview for the game tomorrow. If you haven't already checked out my review or Big O's review of the West Ham game in midweek, go check that out. That is on the channel right now. But right today, we are going to be previewing the Watford game, the last game of the season. And to be honest with you, there's not too much to talk about, really. I might actually go on and talk about some of the more breaking news that we've seen in the past few hours today, which is the day before the game, which I'm doing this live. And I will get into the news about Rui Faria, everything like that. And yeah, you guys can leave your thoughts in the comment section and all that stuff. And yeah, please do leave a like as well. And subscribe to my pals in the description down below. So, obviously, last game of the season. Welcome, Liam. Well to stream, buddy. How are you doing? Obviously, it's the last game of the season for every team, and both teams in this game have got their place in the Premier League assured. You know, Watford have got nothing to play for. They're practically on the beach for this game. Maybe their manager will want to try and, the manager wants to kind of play for something, because Watford have had a tendency to sack some of their managers at the end of the season, even after doing a decent job. So maybe he'll want to win at Old Trafford or get a decent result just to kind of prove to the board at Watford that he is the right man to take him forward. But for Manchester United, we have assured second place with the point we got in midweek against West Ham. But ultimately, as I said, there's nothing riding on this game, and that's why it's not going to be a very interesting game to preview, really, or talk about. And Jose Mourinho has come out and said that he will not look to the kids for this game, which is interesting. Maybe he's going to use it as another kind of he might use it as another kind of audition for the players to try and get into the FA Cup final squad or first 11. And maybe that's the right thing to do, because at least he's giving the players enough opportunities to try and play their best football. And I'm hoping that they can show up against Watford. But we'll wait and see what the team. It's going to be very hard for me. I always get the team selection wrong. If you've noticed, my team predictions have always been pretty terrible. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult to predict this one. BHFC Fan TV, welcome to the stream, mate. I'm doing all right at the moment. I'm doing all right, my friend. How are you? That's the most important thing. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. As I said, guys, please do leave a like as well if you do enjoy this kind of content. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult to kind of, talk about this for any length of time, really. And I'm glad that we've got some news to talk about as well, which is that Rui Faria will be stepping down as Jose Mourinho's number 2 after 17 years of being his number 2 in management. And obviously he will be leaving us at the end of the season. He said that he's going to take some time out with his family before thinking about maybe pursuing some bigger things in his football career. So it does look like it's pointing towards a possible management place for Rui Faria. So I mean, that'll be interesting to see if Rui Faria does go into management, if he does start managing in the Premier League soon. But yeah, you guys can have your thoughts on Rui Faria leaving at the end of the season in the live chat and the comment section down below. BHFC says, still buzzing over that 1-0 win over you. Yeah, I mean, I would be as well. It was the win that guaranteed you to get, got you 40 points, guaranteed you a safe. I mean, in your last home game of the season, it's what dreams are made of, really. So, yeah, fair play. And you totally deserved it on the night, because we were absolutely shocking. You outplayed us off the park. We created absolutely nothing. Brother Gaming, well to stream, says, thought I heard you on TalkSport, mate. No, I don't think he did. I was never on TalkSport. Maybe one day, but, I was not on TalkSport, unfortunately. He also says, give us a tribute to Fergie, big dog. Well, yeah, obviously, Sir Alex Ferguson. Some good news in the past few days. It does seem like he's recovering and he'll be back to normal sooner than some of us may have thought. He seems to be sitting up and talking, and it does look like he's getting good care, and he does seem to be all right. So it's just very, very good news for everyone concerned with Manchester United, but not only Manchester United, but the football world in general. Liam says Toby Alderweireld to Man United would be a good signing. I think I'd agree with that. I think, obviously, we have been kind of chopping and changing our centre-backs this season with Lindelof, Smalling, Jones, Rojo and Bailly all kind of chopping and changing in that position. But it would be nice to kind of get a solid centre-back partnership, which hopefully without having any injuries, fingers crossed, can be the solid centre-back partnership with reuse kind of every game. And I think if you're going to win the big trophies, you need to have a solid backline and a consistent backline as well. And yes, we have been good defensively this season if you look at the stats, but I think we need to have a consistent, solid backline, centre-back partnership, kind of like Man City with Kompany and Otamendi. So, I think it would be good to see if we set maybe Eric Bailly and Toby Alderweireld would be a fantastic centre-back partnership. And I think Toby Alderweireld will be looking to leave Spurs at the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. BHFC fan News 07 says, I haven't seen an amazing last home game of the season before. So to see it in our first season in the Prem is worth the wait for a great last home game. Yeah, I agree. I think that, it definitely was worth the wait. And to be honest with you, as I said, you absolutely deserve it, my friend. You absolutely deserved it on the night. You play really well, and you got the 1-0 win. And I think we didn't create any chances, really. We didn't really threaten the goal properly at all. So, yeah, you deserved it, man. And I've got to say, it kind of contributed to our kind of poor end of the season, really. I mean, since that Brighton game, we haven't won a game in the Premier League. So, hopefully tomorrow against Watford, we can, go out on a high, get 3 points and a solid win, kind of with a bit of good football, and hopefully it'll leave us something to be desired for next season. Liam says, what do you think of the back four? De Gea, Tierney, Alderweireld, Bailly, and Valencia. Tell you what, that does sound tasty. Obviously, with Kieran Tierney coming in, he's a very, promising young left back from Celtic, and I think it'll be interesting to see if we're going to try him out. Now, obviously, for me, I don't think he's going to come to United. I don't think that he wants to leave Celtic. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is a Celtic fan. So I'm not sure if he'll want to leave Celtic for Man United. Maybe if the right money comes up. But I think United have been linked with a few other sort of options in that position. Fabinho we've been linked with, who can do a job as central defensive midfielder and the right back spot. Alexandro as well. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I do think, also Jose Mourinho has come out, to be fair, talking about the left back position, saying that he's been impressed with Luke Shaw and wants him to stay. So maybe Luke Shaw might be might be staying at United, and a big twist that we didn't see from Jose Mourinho. The fact that we all thought that Jose Mourinho didn't like Luke Shaw, he was treating him badly, wasn't giving him minutes. So maybe the tide has changed a bit. So I don't know. Welcome DLM75. Welcome Crazy Pizza Gaming. Thanks everyone who has joined already. Please do leave a like. It would really appreciate all your support. So yeah, that's what I think of that back four. You guys can have your say on Liam's comment as well. BHAFC News says, last season, last home game against Bristol was horrible, and the playoff semi-final against Sheffield Wednesday was bad as well. I mean, yeah, it's great to see, on the last home game of the season, really giving your home fans a great send-off, and that's what Brighton did. And, fair play to the players for giving their fans a great send-off for the end of the season as well, and fair play for staying up in the first season in the Premier League. That's a very decent achievement for Brighton, especially to do it against United. So I've got to say fair play to you. Crazy Visa Gaming, who are we going to get in the summer? Are we going to get Ronaldo? Now, I don't think we're going to get Ronaldo, to be honest. But that's a very interesting question. During the summer, I will be trying to keep you up to date with, the transfers going in and out of Manchester United. And it's going to be interesting. I think you can already guarantee we're going to be linked with pretty much every single player under the sun. I think we are going to get a fullback in the summer, probably for the either left or right back position. That's what fullback means, you idiot. But no, I think we're going to get a fullback in, possibly another central midfielder. Now, a lot of talk has been made over Milinkovic-Savic joining Manchester United. And if you want to go check out the video I did for that, it's up on the channel right now. But there's been a lot of talk for him coming to United, so I think that talk may come to fruition, and we might get I think it's the Croatian, I think it is, or is it Serbian? It's either Serbia or Croatia. I always get that mixed up, but I think it's the Serbian, or the Serb, I think I should say. I think we might get him into United, so I think we'll bring him in, and we might go for another attacking player, depending on whether we sell Anthony Martial or not. If Anthony Martial does go out the window, then we might bring in another kind of wing player. I'm not sure. Welcome, Mr. Money Gaming. Welcome to the stream, pal. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. DLM says Tierney is so shit, not good enough. Fair enough. I think he's still a young player. He's got a lot of time to develop. But we'll have to wait and see. To be honest, I don't think we're going to get him. But I think it's not a bad shout from Liam, who mentioned it originally. I don't think it's a bad shout. Crazy Peter Games says Ashley Young might believe in Manchester United. That's why some of my friends said, Ashley Young might be leaving. I mean, that's an interesting one. I think, Ashley Young is getting on a bit. And to be honest with you, I don't think he really is Manchester United standard. He's put in some decent performances, don't get me wrong. But I think we need to have someone who's a bit younger and has a bit more of a future than Ashley Young. He's done bits for us this season. And that is why, obviously, he did get into the team of the season. So I think he's a decent left back, but I think it is time for him to kind of move on. Maybe still be a squad player, but not a kind of first 11 player who is always involved. Because at his age, it's really hard for him to kind of keep it up over the course of a season. So yeah, that's why I think we are going to get in a fullback, probably a left back, although Luke Shaw, as I said, might slide into his place. BHFC News 07 said, I just hope next season we'll beat our rival Crystal Palace, but in the league and maybe in the cup if we get them. Oh yeah, obviously, Crystal Palace, it's always nice to beat your rivals. And yeah, I think, beating Crystal Palace for you would be pretty decent. I mean, when you play your rivals at home, especially, it's probably one of the most anticipated games of the season. So yeah, good luck in that one. Mr. Money Gaming says, what's up, bro? What's up, my friend? Mr. Money Gaming says the stream was funny yesterday. Yeah, I know. Big O. If you want to go see the Big O takeover on the last stream of the review of the West Ham game, go check out on the channel right now. Crazy Peter Gaming says, should we get a new goalkeeper? I think we've got the best goalkeeper in the world, mate. And if he stays, I would not replace him for anyone in the world. He also says, one of my friends from school says you're gonna get Joe Hart. I mean, if we get Joe Hart, that'll probably be one of the worst transfers in history. I'm sorry. If we got Joe Hart. Welcome, Manchester United Fans TV. Welcome to the stream, mate. How are you doing? Please leave a like as well. If you haven't already, guys, really would appreciate it. Mr. Money Games says Middlesbrough lost 1-0, so where's Dazza's football stand? Yeah, I know. Where is he right now? Where is he? But, fair play. I think, obviously, they lost 1-0 at home as well, so they've got a lot to do if they're going to beat Aston Villa over 2 legs. Brother Gary says, I don't think Jose deserves an 8th year. Ban me, I dare you. Well, mate, I think Jose deserves another year at least. And then if he doesn't, if we don't hit the heights that most United fans are expecting, then I think to be honest, we might be the right time to let him go. But I think we need to give him 3 seasons, to be honest. But yeah, all right. Hold on a second. Yeah, but I'm a bit close to the mic now. Hold on. Just got a bit dark in here. Okay. Right, okay. BHFC News says, I bet they'll bring smoke bombs again like they did back in November. Oh yeah, classic ultras, classic ultras. Classic hooligans, more like. DLM says, plays for Celtic, or pub league, which means too easy. Yeah, I think the Scottish League has kind of been Celtic's league for a long time now. So ultimately, I think they won it for a 7th year in a row or something like that. Stupid. So yeah, I mean, some say it is pretty easy to play in them. I mean, to be honest, we should be judging Celtic on their European adventures more than their league adventures at this rate. Manchester United Fan TV says, I think we won't get Ronaldo. He won't get he won't get anywhere. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Ronaldo, mate. I totally agree we won't get Ronaldo. He also says, are you tubing me off everything? I don't know what that means, but if you want to go subscribe to Man United Fans TV's channel, go check out. I don't have his link in the description, but click on his icon right now. Go check out his Man United channel. Master Money Game says, well, no way Borough's going to win. Yeah. I mean, maybe they can, maybe a miracle, but we'll see about that. We'll see what's going to happen with that one. Although Daryl is not going to be happy after the game that we just had. Manchester United Fan TV says, have you heard the news about Wayne Rooney going to America? Yeah, I have heard that Wayne Rooney seems to be leaving Everton at the end of the season, going to DC United, I think it is. And, he does seem like he's going to be leaving the Premier League. And, fair play. If he wants to go to the MLS and kind of wind down towards the end of his career, maybe enjoy his football a bit more in America, a different lifestyle, and maybe a bit less pressure on him. So, I fair play to him. I support him in that decision. I just have to, thank him for all the service he has done to the Premier League. And yeah, wish him well in his next adventures. BHFC fans news says, yeah, or scumbags. Yeah. Oh, Crystal Palace. Liam says Andy Robertson and Van Dijk came from the Scottish League. To be fair, they are some decent players, you've got to say. Even though they are from Liverpool, they are decent players. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform next season after being fully integrated into that Liverpool team. Manchester United Fan TV says it's one of the best times you'll ever see in the world. What is Man City going to do next year? Interesting.
Why do you have to shit in the toilet and you haven't flushed it?
Oh, why are you doing this? Anyway, obviously, for the Watford preview, as I said, there's not much to talk about.
Comments. You keep scaring over my comments. And not
BHFC news is Frank Roberts. It's not. I've asked him. It's not Frank Roberts.
Obviously, it is. Hi, Frank.
Manchester United Fan TV says, who's going to win the Champions League? Madrid or Liverpool? I think it's going to be
Liverpool. Who wants
Liverpool.
me to be the permanent host?
I don't think it's going to. I think Real Madrid are going to win, to be fair. I think that Real Madrid are going to win the tie. I think, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to turn up in that game like he always does in the Champions League. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But, yeah, obviously, coming back to the West Ham preview, I'm going to give my kind of team selection as best I can. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's going to be too many changes from the team that played at West Ham. By the way Jose Mourinho was speaking in his press conferences, I don't think there's going to be too many changes. I think Martial will get a start in the team, but probably on. I think. All right, here's my team anyway. Let's just go into the team, right? So I think it's going to be David De Gea in goal. I think it's going to be Antonio Valencia at right back. I think it's going to be Chris Smalling and Phil Jones at centre backs with Luke Shaw at left back. 3 in midfield, I'm going to go with Pogba, McTominay and Matic. And then the 3 up front, I'm going to go with Martial on the left, Sanchez on the right, and Marcus Rashford up front. Apparently, Jose Mourinho isn't going to play with the kids. So, ultimately, I think there aren't going to be any sort of under-18 players coming into the team. But what do you think of my lineup there? Leave your thoughts in the live chat or the comment section down below. And for my prediction, you guys right now, if you are watching, leave your predictions for tomorrow's game in the live chat right now. What are your score predictions for the Manchester United versus Watford game? My score prediction, I think we are going to go out on a high. I think it's going to be a 4-0 win to Manchester United. I think we're going to finish on a high like we started with the 4-0 FC. I think if Martial and Rashford plays, I think Martial is going to bag a brace. I think Sanchez will score as well. And I think Pogba will also get on the score sheet. So 4-0 to Manchester United is my prediction. Mr. Money Gaming goes with 4-1 to United. Crazy Pizza Gaming goes with 3-1 to United. Keep getting them in the live chat or in the comment section down below indeed. And yeah, if you haven't already, please leave a like as well. Welcome Matthew Coyle on to stream. He said Ronaldo 33 and carrying Madrid to Champions Leagues. Rooney 32 moving to MLS levels. Well, to be honest with you, Rooney, he was never at the level of Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe when Cristiano Ronaldo kind of came in first to United. But apart from that, Ronaldo's been a level above Rooney. So, what do you expect from Wayne Rooney, to be honest? BAFC News says it's going to be 2-0 to United. DLM says won't be 4-0. It'll be 1-0 Man United. Capping off the season in a typical boring fashion there, if that scoreline was created. Exchange Gaming, welcome to the stream, mate. How you doing? He comes straight in with a 5-2 Manchester United prediction. Mate, I tell you what, that would be an entertaining end to the season. 5 goals at home. I'm not sure if we've scored. I don't think we have. We haven't scored 5 goals at home this season, so it'd be good to break that duck. So yeah. Anyway, guys, as I said, keep getting your predictions in the live chat, and if you are watching as a video, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Matthew Coyle goes with a 0-0 again. Another boring scoreline. I doubt it's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. Exchange Gaming Play says, what is happening with Spurs this year? We're going to win the FA Cup next year. I mean, I don't know, to be fair. I don't know. But it just seems like right now your team doesn't have the kind of winning mentality. They can't get over the line, and they don't have the, I mean, they have great. You play great football, but you just don't know how to kind of win games the ugly way. I was watching a video recently, and someone, a Spurs fan I was watching, made some very good point. I think it was actually Jermaine Genius, which is weird, making good points. But he said that Spurs haven't been great this season. And to be honest with you, when they get into a position where they might be able to do well, they bottle it because they don't know how to win ugly. They don't know how to switch their style of play to kind of grind out results. So yeah, I think that's where you're at. To be fair, Mr. Money Game says, or if they don't if they don't defend good, another 3-1 Watford. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it's hard to predict Man United at the moment. We're one of the most inconsistent teams in the Premier League. So I don't know what's going to happen. I just think we're going to give a good send off to the fans tomorrow before the FA Cup final. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Exchange Gaming says Watford have won the best against the best teams in the league. That is true. They have got decent results, so we have to watch out. And we have lost Old Trafford in the league this season. Obviously, Man City, West Brom, and again, we can't underestimate anyone. BHFC News says, I think we'll get a 1-1 draw against Liverpool, Salah and Gross to score. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Brighton playing Liverpool in the last game of the season. And to be fair, if you beat Liverpool and Chelsea win, I think Chelsea may finish 4th and Liverpool finish 5th. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. DLM says, it's a good move for Rooney. Don't blame him moving to America as he probs be a good contract. Easy league, and better country. And I think that's a very, very, mindful comment from DLM there. I think, obviously, footballers, they are humans as well. They can't just stay in the same rut for the whole time. I think maybe moving to America might kind of make him a bit less stressful. Obviously, going to a, better climate, different lifestyle, obviously, maybe a better lifestyle for him and his family. So, yeah, I think it'll be an interesting move and an interesting one that we can watch play out. Exchange Gameplay says he was sick this morning. All right. Oh dear. Mr. Money Game says, Liam says, what are your most nostalgic memory of Man United? Well, good question, Liam. Good question. And you guys can have your say in the live chat as well. I would say my most nostalgic memory of United was probably in the first season I started watching Manchester United, was in the 2007-8 Champions League Premier League double winning season. And that was kind of, one of the best seasons. And it was the first season, really, I started watching United. And, the combination between, Tevez, Rooney and Ronaldo was just unbelievable. And it's hard to top that front three. It's going to be very, very hard to top that front three, but just seeing the pace, the power, the movement, the agility and the goals scored by those three was just absolutely unbelievable. And hopefully we can bring those times back in the future. But yeah, it's going to be very, very hard to recreate that because we had probably three of the best players in the world, playing for our front three. So yeah, and also just the fact that in that season we won the double, and it was brilliant. But yeah. Mr. Money Game says, but you've done good to come second. Not so bad and still in the FA Cup. Exactly, yeah. I think, a lot of United fans saying we haven't really made progress and it hasn't been a great season in some of their eyes. But for me, it's been a decent season, a season of progression. We've gone from 6th to 2nd place. And if we win the FA Cup, we'll keep up the tradition of winning trophies, even when having a bad season. I mean, if we win the FA Cup, it'll be 3 consecutive seasons winning a trophy, which will be brilliant. And, it just continues the Manchester United way for me. BHAFC News 07 says Anthony Knockhart has been great this season and Gross has been the best. I think Gross has been a fantastic performer. He started the season well. And, yeah, he's done very well for you this season. And I think, I'm not sure if he'll want to stay at Brighton. I think, some teams might be looking for him because he is a fantastic player, no doubt about that. And Anthony Knockhart, made our defence look absolutely ridiculous. So, fair play to them. Mr. Money Game says our best player this season is Eriksen. I think Eriksen is fantastic. You know, he's a fantastic central attacking midfield player, and I really wish he was in the Manchester United team. I think he's one of the most underrated players as well because he never really gets any sort of accolades or awards, but he just is a fantastic player on the ball or has a great eye for a pass. And yeah, I think he's a fantastic player. Matthew Coyle says, style of football is a problem, not number of points. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, a lot of United fans saying this style of football is pretty boring and his mentality is not right. But I don't know. I think, you know, we have you know, improved. We have improved a lot, and I think next season we've got a lot more to look forward to. Mr. Money Gaming says, why are West Ham so good at the end of the season? What is the point? What's the point to beat Man United 1-0 and draw with Man United and beat Spurs? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, to be fair. But I don't know. I don't know why West Ham start performing well. But there you go. It just happens sometimes. BFC says, do you have Instagram? Well, I don't. Well, actually, I do have an Instagram for this account. I think if you search RedDevilWeekly on Instagram, you'll find it, but I don't use that, so there's no point. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram is Kieran J. Coyle, so if you want to go follow me on that, please do feel free to do so. It's not in the description, but also if you have Twitter, please do feel free to follow me on Twitter as well, at RedDevilWeekly, link in the description down below. Also, if you are new, please do subscribe to all the channels in the description. I am going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for the stream today. If you haven't already, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Yes, Mr. Money Gaming, Twitter in the description if you want to follow me on that. I tweet out whenever I go live, so please do leave me a follow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Current Buses Sport, welcome to the stream. 2-1 United. Hopefully that can come true. Thanks for joining, my friend. And yeah, thanks for all the support in tonight's stream, and I'll see you guys later.